A major review of the state's youth justice system has recommended violent juveniles be separated from other detainees. The review was prompted by a riot at the Frank Baxter Detention Centre on the Central Coast 3 months ago. Here's state political reporter Ashley Raper.
For almost 24 hours, there was fear, violence and disorder at the Frank Baxter Youth Justice Centre. Armed with garden tools and metal poles, teenagers allegedly caused serious injuries and damage estimated at $1.5 million. The government wanted to know how this could happen and ordered an independent review.
This report has been used to make operational changes and invest capital where it's required to make sure that we see incidents like this never happen again.
The review looked at how to manage violent offenders when the so-called current therapeutic model, which focuses on rehabilitation, appears not to be working.
There needs to be some fine-tuning, if you like, around the operational response to what is a very difficult, pointy end of a cohort.
The review found the system is not striking the balance between therapeutic outcomes and safety and security, and that at the Frank Baxter Centre there is an environment of violence towards staff and detainees and a culture of submission to domineering personalities. There have been 121 assaults on staff by detainees across all centres in the past 12 months.
We've been begging for changes for the last 3 years. And unfortunately, it took an incident such as the riot up at Frank Baxter in July, in many ways to force the government's hand.
The union representing guards welcomes all 63 recommendations. They include upgraded security, dedicated specialist response teams, and separating violent detainees and housing them in special purpose-built cells.
You don't get better outcomes and results by allowing higher risk offenders to be in the general population.
The recommendations didn't provide the overhaul some were hoping.
What it looks more like, though, is it's a bit of an occupational health and safety review and addressing sort of safety issues for workers rather than looking at justice reform.
The government has allocated more than $3 million to start making changes. Ashley Raper, ABC News, Sydney.